And I wanted to come on here and talk about what's wrong with black people. I just don't get it. I just don't get it. Black people must love to be slaves because um, I don't understand why black people choose to be poor. I just don't understand it. How can you not know in 2026 how to get rich when this is no longer the age of industrial? This is the age of information, and you can go right on this thing called YouTube and look up anything what you want to do. I just seen a lady who on here trying to teach people how to trade, claiming she made over $100,000 and still works a full-time job. And I'm looking at her like, what? Why would you waste your time, your effort, and your resources only to make another man rich when that's enough money to make yourself rich? And for all you guys who don't know, so I'm gonna break down on here so y'all can I guess I'll put something in the description of how y'all get in touch with me, man, because hey, I charge people $5,000 for this knowledge. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's too easy though. It's too easy. And it's like rinse and repeat, basically. Rinse and repeat. Everybody is trying to go, I just don't get it. All right, so let's break it down. So, if you make more than $20,000 a year, you are already rich. You just don't know it. If you don't know this, if you make, look, I'm gonna tell you the truth. If you make $5,000 a year, you are already rich and you just don't know it. If you on some kind of government assistance where you don't have to work and you have time, you are already rich and you just don't know it. They got this new thing. Well, it ain't new, but it's kind of new, but it's fairly new, called day trading. And they got these things called prop firms where you could leverage thousands of dollars and for like $100, $200, you can get a hold of a $25, $50, $100,000 account, $150,000. Some even go up to $300,000 account, and they allow you to have some 5. Apex for one allows you to have up to 20 trading accounts. So I don't understand why people who been working for years still only own no house or one house. So I figured they keep asking, oh, these people, da 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 da. How do people get rich? Well, it's simple. You leverage your money. The rich don't work for money. The rich work for assets. And you play the game of leveraging money. So I didn't talk many people, you know what I'm saying, and everybody now is a millionaire. So this is the secret. No matter how much money you make, all you have to do is go get credit cards. I don't care what your background or how much money you owe or nothing like that. What you want to do is go leverage your money. You spend the money anyway. All a credit card does is let people know how much money you going through a month. That's all credit is. So it's funny to me how people pay rent every month and never not one time thought to put this on their credit. To try to go get a credit card, you know what I'm saying, and leverage their money. So let me run down the credit, and then I'll run down the day trading, because the day trading is how you get cash. But that's gonna take you a little bit time to work. But I didn't taught people who only make $50,000-$60,000 how to pull $50,000-$60,000 credit cards with the money that they already have. And this is the trick. When you pull these $50,000-$60,000 in credit, unlike working, the credit cards are considered debt. You do not pay taxes on debt. And this is the trick. So you would go, you know what I'm saying, you got bad credit, whatever. You would start, some people got good credit and just don't know this. That's what killed me. You would start, if you have bad credit, start with secured credit cards. And I got a couple credit cards that, you're going to have to pay for it. And I tell you, exact credit cards, like I said, I charged about $5,000 for this, because I know within your first year in dealing with me, you're going to be worth about $100,000. Your net worth going to go up about $50,000 to $100,000. I say, if you lazy, you got to be the laziest bum on earth, you'll make $50,000. If you a hustler, you can go up to as much as $500,000. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to get a secured credit card if you got bad credit. And then you're just going to pay the credit card. You know what I'm saying? And the way you make your credit move up is that I got a way that y'all gonna have to pay for that too. But if there's a way to make your credit move up real fast, I'm talking about real fast. I'm talking about within 1 to 2 months after you get this credit cards, I can have you ready to go to the next level, which is unsecured credit cards. Okay. So, which, like I said, is like bringing in income without paying taxes. I don't give a fuck if you get $150,000, $20,000, or a couple $20,000 credit cards. Say like your income $60,000. So your goal is to match in credit what you do at your job. And I can teach anybody how to do this. I don't care if you got an SSI check. I don't care. I did this off of $350. Matter of fact, back then we wouldn't even get $300. I think we was getting $200 government assistance a month. So I started from the bottom. That's how I know. You know what I'm saying? So with this now, okay, let's say, okay, you get the credit card. You got a little bit of income or some money saved up, whatever. Okay. I would, you know what I'm saying, within 2 months, don't worry about it. I can, if you have a job and you got a car, you in luck. I could teach you how to get, like I said, $50,000 to $100,000 a year. Simple methods. I want to tell it all, but yeah, I charge for that, so I can't just put it out there on the streets. But okay, let's just talk like other people do in general. So you're gonna get a secure card, okay? With secure card, I got a couple of cards that give you, if once you pay it on a special date, you know what I'm saying, your credit will move up almost 80 points within 1 month. And that's just one card. So I advise my clients to get 2 or 3 cards, secure cards, if they got bad credit. Then you'll be to the 620 where you can get good credit cards. In the meantime, I would use these cards, this is what I did, to start day trading. And it's going to take a little bit of time, but you know what I'm saying? I just, 50, 60, I'd spend about, maybe $50 to $100 a month just teaching myself how to day trade. And, and I know some people like, oh, well, I still got rent, I still got bills, I still got this. And I look at people and say, don't y'all know the average Uber driver makes $55,000 a year? But guess what? They don't work for a living. They get to make their own hours. They get to go on vacation for 2 weeks and come back. And unlike a job, guess what? You can still have income. So I tell people that, hey, get a hustle. And you got so many, you know what I'm saying? You can do Uber, Lyft, DoorDash, Roadie, these small things. Just, all you want to do is pay a little rent. You know what I'm saying? But just the deal. This is only gonna last for 3 to 6 months before you start making serious money in the stock market. Once you start doing that, then you could come off these little side gigs. This is just a stepping stone. Okay, in 3 to 6 months, you're gonna have these credit cards, you're gonna do this, your credit score gonna go through the roof. That's all you got these little gigs to pay your little bills and pay your credit cards. In 6 months, some cars gonna be ready to go on levels, but your credit score is gonna be somewhere in the vicinity of 620, and what you want to do is go to 680. At 680, this is where the magic happens, where you ain't never have to worry about money ever again. You can go get an LLC. Once you go get an LLC or S Corp or C Corp with a 680 business credit cards. So this is what you do. I'll just run it down real quick. You'll go get an LLC, get an EIN number. I mean, you can do this in 2-3 days. And they're going to give you credentials. When you get these credentials, you can legally go and open up a business bank account. Once you do this, you want to use one of them credit cards that you already got, because once you, like I said, once you hit 620, you will start grow from getting secured credit cards, and then at a 620, you start qualifying for the unsecured credit cards on the personal side. So you'll be doing business. You'll be able to get like the Chase cards. You'll be able to get the Wells Fargo cards. You'll be able, at a 620, 650, somewhere up in there, you can start getting the American Expresses. You can start getting the I teach y'all about the credit unions, and all these different cards. So now you probably gonna be sitting on $30,000-$40,000 in credit, and all you gonna do is just pay your bills, do your little Uber, or do your little roadie, or do your little side hustle, whatever it is, something that you can do where when it's time to walk away, when it's time to go on vacation, you can dip out and come back. And then you have all your time. You're going to be day trading. You're going to see, I say about month 3, month 6, you're going to start seeing real money coming in from this, because you're going to have your time back. You're going to be able to click in the right hours. You're going to be able to catch New York Opens. You're going to be able to learn how to get money on a whole different scale. But so then, like I said, you will wait until, 3 to 6 months go by. You're doing the side hustle, paying your credit cards. You'll eventually get to a 680. Once you get to a 680, you're going to get an LLC, S Corp, C Corp. And you can walk in, and once you get this, go down to the Secretary of State, file. They're going to give you credentials. Then you go get your EIN number. Okay. Then when you do this, you're going to set up a Dun & Bradstreet. You're going to get a Dun & Bradstreet number. This is a business credit bureau that's going, for whatever this business is, this is how they gonna monitor your credit. And then you're gonna be able to walk into banks and get business credit on stated income. And these are, and the ones that I had, the first business credit card I had started at $40,000. You know what I'm saying? 5 banks that do this, and I bet y'all probably already banking with some of these: PNC, Wells Fargo, Chase, Bank of America, and Truist. Okay, there's others, but they're credit unions and stuff like this. But you stated incomes, meaning if I had this card, I think I'll make such and such money. Say I don't do under 250,000. With these credit cards, you're gonna go and you're gonna buy a house, little cheap house. I don't care, beat up, banged up, put down. You're gonna take your credit card. You're gonna pay a little $500. Have a contractor come up there, inspect it, get you a game plan before you buy it. Make sure the bones is good and stuff like this, stuff like this, stuff like this. Because you got this credit now. You got these $20,000, $40,000, $50,000 credit cards. Now it's time to put them to use. So what you would do, you would go buy an old rundown beat up house. What you want to do is you buy it, dirt cheap. Some of these things I got, like I said, I charge $5,000 for this, but I just throw out one city in particular, Detroit. And they got 75, even on Realty, $75,000, you know what I'm saying, houses that you could put 12,500 down. That's all. Just swipe your credit. Boop, that's your house. You're gonna then take it and put $20,000 or $30,000 to fix it up. After you fix it up, you can go back to a credit union. That's why I say credit unions. Credit unions shit. And what they do, they put assets on their books so that, they can grow. This is how they grow. The big banks like Wells Fargo, Chase, they don't need this shit. But the little credit unions, they do. The smaller banks do. So, your local credit union, I know people got First this, First that, First People's Bank, where I was from, and this credit union, and Firefly, and all these, different credit unions that you see every day. You would get in these credit unions, and what they do, how they grow, they put assets on their books. So what they do, when you get this house, you use this little credit card that you got through your credit by just doing Uber. You pay somebody to come in, fix it up, like I said, get a $20,000, $30,000, a $50,000 big, pay $12,500 down, say like you're gonna put $30,000 in it just to get it up. So now, basically, once it all said and done, you got a brand new house. Well, the bank will come back and give you appraisal on what the house is. So I just throw out some numbers, one of the small houses I did. So what I did was I went to an auction. That's the best place to go. But some people, you got to do your research. Like I said, when you got your time back, you don't have time to do all of this. You do your research. You go to a tax auction. You get you a house. You take the house. You flip it, fix it up. Now you got a brand new house, and it's only going to cost you about $50,000. Well, these credit unions will come and appraise it. So my first house, went like this. I bought a house property, $15,000. I put $30,000 into it. All in, $45,000. It took 4 months to renovate. This whole time on this credit card, all I'm doing is paying the minimum balance. You know what I'm saying? And it's another key, but I'll tell you, it happened to be a duplex. So now, what they'll do is the credit union come in and appraise it. So when I got it all in, I'm at $45,000. Don't you know they came in and appraised this property for $160,000? And they will give you 80% of that. So I think I got, what is it, 32, 16 and 16 is 32. So 32,000. So I got about 100. I think after everything, I think it was like $128,000 back. So what I do is I take the 128,000. I pay the 45,000 back on my credit card. I pay myself. You know what I'm saying? Back. And some people, maybe you ain't got the credit cards yet. You can. There are also other ways. There's other loans you can get, and maybe starting out, you might, if you don't know how to go about getting a $50,000 credit card, maybe you go get the. They got all kinds of loans, DSCR loans. They got the I forgot what you call the people because I've been doing the credit cards. But when I first started, what the loan is called, where once you get the place, they will give you the loan to fix it up, and they'll give you points. I forgot what them people called. I ain't used them in, it's been 10 years since I used one of those loans. I forgot what they's called. But anyways, there's a lot of ways to do this. So what you would do when you get the appraisal, and the bank will give you 80%, 70 some banks 70%, you still make good money. So let's do the math. I got about 128,000. I paid 45,000 back, so all in, after I paid myself back for buying the place and doing it. Now I'm ready to do this again, and still I just made 70 to, I think my first one was like, I made like $70,000 or $80,000 on this one deal in 4 months. You see what I'm saying? Now I ain't got to worry about my bills. You know what I'm saying? And this strategy is called the Bird method. You buy, renovate. What is it? Buy, you renovate, you rent it out, you refinance, and repeat. So that's what I did. You know, you just keep the cycle going. But every time I'm doing this, I'm getting the properties, I'm going to the property office, doing my homework, coming in, getting the inspections, getting contractors, paying this money, doing my work like this. Well, my first year doing this, I'm making $150,000, $200,000 in my first year. I take all this cash and I refinance it. I'm going out, I'm stretching out to other credit unions, other banks, getting more credit cards. So then you can do bigger projects. Okay. Fast forward, now second year, now I'm no longer doing single family homes and trailers. Now I'm doing buildings. Now the cash out refis, maybe I have to spend $150,000 to get them all done, especially, like I said, in Detroit, cheap properties and stuff like this, other cities too. But now the cash out refi in the hundreds of thousands of dollars, to the point where now one cash out, I think the next cash out refi, after paying myself back and everything, I done made $228,000. Now, you know what I'm saying? While all this going, I'm learning how to day trade in the background. No longer have to do Uber. No longer have to. I'm cashed out. You know what I'm saying? $70,000, $80,000, and the day trading is covering my month-to-month bills, no problem. I'm making, back then, I was making maybe, about $6 to $8 grand a month just day trading. And it's, you know what I'm saying? And then I do a half year I check all my assets half year. I cut it off and start right back over from zero in July every year. And I take all that cash and I go leverage it. And everybody asks me, why do you leverage it? The reason why you want to leverage it and not use cash is because on cash that you earn, you have to pay taxes. But you do not have to pay taxes on debt. And then when tax season come around, any cash that you did make that year with acquiring these houses, you get this thing called depreciation. It's in the tax code. You get it for 27 and a half years. In the first year, you are allowed to get up to 7 years in 1 year. So when you start doing the bigger properties, like I said, what you making, say like you making $140,000, $150,000 earned income from rents and this and all that. Well, due to the same houses that I got every year, because I keep acquiring every year, buy, renovate, rent, refinance, and repeat. Buy, renovate, rent, refinance, repeat. Buy, renovate, rent, refinance, repeat. It's all year long. Boop, 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 boop. More credit cards, more projects I can have going on it. And then I turn around and I'm doing cash out refis on this motherfucker. But it's only one thing about these cash out refis. It is considered debt, not income. So all this big money that I'm getting, I don't have to pay no taxes on this. And guess who pays the mortgage? Not me. My renters. I'm putting this money in to renovate it. I'm getting all my money back and I don't have to pay taxes. And I'm making money on top of this and I don't have to pay taxes on none of this because it's dead. And all I gotta do is keep renters in there to keep paying the mortgage, and plus whatever's left over goes back into my pocket. And that's the part I do have to pay taxes on. But the depreciation of the house takes care of that. So anyways, and then it also helps me paying taxes on my day trading income because I have these houses over time. And I'm study acquiring every 2 years your inquiries, because they look up your credit to give you these credit cards. You have an inquiry. Well, every 2 years these inquiries go away, so you can continue every year to get more and more and more credit. Now this is the kicker. Once you get a little bit of income, this I learned this way before I even did my first house. But I was doing this when I was still just for me, I was picking up Lime scooters. Okay. Just side hustle, but it was a job. What I liked about the Lime, shout out to Lime scooters, love y'all. You know what I'm saying? But it was only 7 months a year, but the trick was to it that Lime scooters, you can go pick up charge scooters 24 hours a day. So like I said, I didn't get paid by the hour, I got paid by the hustle. I get to dictate my income. And then on top of that, every morning I was able to catch New York Open for my other side hustle, which y'all know is day trading. I got money coming from there. I got money coming from the Lime scooters. So I took the $150, I'm in Minnesota, back down to the Secretary of State. That's all it costs in my state, to get another LLC. And with that same $680, all the credit cards that I pulled for for the first business, I could pull for a second business, in a third business, in a fourth business, in a fifth business. I mean, there's no limit. And getting one $50,000 credit card or getting two $50,000 credit cards is this making the same $100,000 a year in credit cards is the same as going to work every day making it. Except I ain't got to get up when it's raining. I ain't got to be outside when it's negative below zero. Like these other fools, I ain't got to chase across the town to clock in at 6 o'clock in the morning. No, I get to do it on my time. I get to choose when I want to work. I get to choose when I don't want to work. As long as I keep the money rolling in and I keep playing my credit with these little side hustles at first and later on with the cash out refis, and as you get more, I say about the second or third house, you know what I'm saying? Then the day trading picked up. It was like, I don't have to do side hustles no more. But that's why I just don't see how people, they don't know the income that they make, the same income that they make can get them rich. And I'm going to tell everybody, if you want to figure out how to do this, YouTube. Why? Robert Kiyosaki, this is where I learned it from. This is where I started with. I don't know if y'all ever read the book Rich Dad, Poor Dad. But y'all learn a lot from him. He the one who got me started. And, you'll learn about the quadrant and all these things and these methods. But the thing is, the most one that I had to get out of my mind, I don't work for cash. I work for assets. Income producing assets. Whether it's real estate. I mean, I didn't talk to some of my students went and got smoke shops and done this same method. They didn't have to do Uber and stuff. They got their credit right. And that's what they wanted to do. They wanted to open a smoke shop. They got a smoke shop. One guy, he wanted to open up laundromats. He go to laundromats. But these things, you know what I'm saying, required it's like you ain't got to sweat to make money. You ain't got to waste your time to make money. Basically, it's like real estate. All you have to do is manage it. And you still produce money. You don't have to be tired in your mind. You can focus on, hey, let's go get this credit card. Hey, let's go do this day trade. Hey, I want to go on vacation for 2 months. No problem. I ain't got to worry about a job. I can day trade from anywhere that got Wi-Fi. I know the bot boys, if you look up day trading, they love going over there to Dubai and stuff like this. So now I'm 2 years, I'm just 2 years into day trade. And I mean, last week, I pulled out $200,000 out the market. So it's like, guess what I'm going to do? Leverage it. I really ain't got to do nothing else for the rest of the month if I really don't want to. But yeah, I'm just tired of seeing y'all struggling. And it's like the American dream is dead. No, you fools just never took the time to figure out. I mean, it's like this. Everybody knows when you want to buy a new car, you ain't got the cash, you got credit. So now you got more credit than cash. If you want to buy a house, what do? You ain't got no dang on enough money to buy a house right out your dream home. Guess what the normal person does? They go get a credit because they got more credit than they got cash. Once you get these things on your book, then you can do the home equity loans and you'll never have to worry about money again. You know what I'm saying? People choose to work because they just don't know nothing else. I think it's just because they bored. But if they would keep the same thing that got them that car, if they would use that same method in research, but they just stop at a car and a house, why don't you get multiple houses? Why don't you figure out a way where you ain't gotta go punch somebody else's clock, gotta get up in the rain, hail, sleet, snow, and then the average, when you go over there, Robert Kiyosaki, he gonna teach you about the taxes. The average working class person pays about 40% on their taxes a year. And then you gotta add in gas, then you gotta add in food. Before you know it, now you up to 50-60% of your income being spent just trying to make the money, and we ain't even paid rent yet, we ain't paid no bills yet, you know what I'm saying? So all in all, you at the end of the year, you really only making 10% of your money. But if you go get a credit card, guess what? No taxes. You get the whole $50,000. You want to get a $150,000 credit card, you get the whole $150,000 credit card. You want to go get the now these credit cards go up to $300,000-400,000, $500,000. You got people who will give you loans for this as long as you making this income. Okay, so now everybody say that cash out refi. So this is the thing about these cash out refi on these properties. I do not want to own these. I do not want to pay off these properties. I want to get cash. So when these renters pay these mortgages, and that's why you sign a lease. That's why whenever y'all rent, you sign a lease for 6 months, and averages year, some is 2 years. What they are ensuring is that you're paying that mortgage for the year. Plus whatever's left over goes in my pocket. And the single family homeowners got it made because if you get everybody know if you rent a house, the landlord usually requires you to pay water, lights, and I take care of like the trash and the little stuff. But you know what I'm saying? So it's like it's benefits on top of benefits. Not only do I get a tax break on it, not only do I get the cash out refi, not only do I get depreciation, watch this, but in 3 to 5 years, the bank gonna say, hey, yeah, you've been paying your mortgage pretty good. Let's refinance it. Okay, so you jump down and this go, this is just one property, but in real life, like I said, it's multiple properties. Whatever you do in a year, them all in 3 to 5 years, the bank gonna say, hey, let's do all 5 of these. Let's do all 3 of these. So you guarantee income. And if you do this for just a 5-year span, or maybe 7 years doing this, you guarantee you will have buying new houses for 7 straight years. And then guess what? When it's time to refi, year after year, the same houses that you got, you're going to be able to get refis out of all of them, the same buildings. And it's just a repeat. And before you, like I said, 5 years, and you do it 4 times, 20 years, then went past. You do it 7 times, 20 years, then, at 7 years, you do it 3 times, 20 years, then pass. And you still got money in your pocket. Watch this, you still got the credit cards, you still day trading, and you're still flying around the world wherever you want, living life on your terms. That's one thing about real estate, they call it passive income. Because, hey, if something break, I'm not coming to fix it. Credit card, hey, yo, this is my credit card, I need you to go over there, fix that toilet. I need you to go over there, Oh, storm came, killed the house. That's why I got insurance for. Insurance come in. Boop, 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 boop. Get everything fixed right back up. No out of cost. You know what I'm saying? Pocket to me. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, I just hate seeing people struggle, and then you know what I'm saying, doing this, the roller coaster of life. Hey, it's up when up, and one thing go wrong, now it's all going down, and then now it takes 3, 4, 5 months to recover, and maybe you know you up here for another 3, 4 months, and then something else happened, then now you come back down. This is the way now, and then you got to go to work every day, and then you lose your job, now boop, your money stop. So I'm just tired of seeing people struggle, you know what I'm saying? If you wanna you know, if you wanna learn more, I guess I leave my email in the description so you can reach out to me. I can teach you these methods exactly, and basically what it is, I'm gonna hold your hand while you get all this done. And you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna be there for moral support, and some of my students, you know, when they fall on hard times or something goes wrong, I stake them. You know, I got enough money. I just, you know, hand them my credit card and say, hey man, get started. You know, and sure enough, and the people be like $5,000, and then they come back 6 months later and be like, bro, dude, 6 months with you, I didn't quadruple what I made in a year in just credit cards in the stock market. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, this is a proven system done over and over again. I mean, they're going to change it. And this the thing. A lot of people, these gurus and these financial advisors saying that's what they doing. When Biden outlawed side hustles, they trying to change the game. And I'm starting to see videos pop up on YouTube saying, if you don't do this by the time Trump get off of office, if we get somebody like Biden who coming in, like before Biden, we was able to trade with overseas firms. Now they don't even want you trading with overseas firms. It limits the swimming pool. Now you can only do things with in America, and then some of these prop firms and stuff like this come along, and they're not lasting. So it's like a risk, whereas the people over there been doing it since 2012. And they got a proven track record like FTMO and E8, and some of these prop firms are connected straight with brokerage firms that been paid, that's sitting on top of billions. It's like, I'm gonna just put it like this: the Forex market alone is the biggest market into trade, does $7.7 trillion a day. There's no reason why you should be at your fucking 9 to 5. You need to figure out how to break in. I know people that then got started in the stock market for $100, $200, and year 3, year 4, year 5, they pulling down $500,000 a year. Looking back, you know, if you go on YouTube, you'll see day in the life, these motherfuckers driving Lamborghini, Ferraris. I can't fit in that shit. I'm sorry, I'm 6'2" or 400 pounds. You know, I still drive a Silverado. I'm too, you know what I'm saying? I might get a Rolls Royce or a Bentley, maybe, yeah. But I'm not a flashy guy. But yeah. It's just something out there I just want to put out there for all my peoples. If my crazy ass, as you can see it, I'm an old country boy, you know what I'm saying? You can take the nigga out the country, but you can't take the country out the nigga. I'm him. Hey. You know what I'm saying? So if I can figure it out, I'm pretty sure y'all can figure it out. If you need help, I'll leave my Gmail in the description. I charge my student $5,000, but this the thing. Up front, I only make them pay about $120. You don't have to pay me until the shit start working. because you gonna need your money. Because I tell everybody, hey, if you got $250, pay me $120. And first thing I'm gonna do with tell them, you got $250, yep. Give me $120. Start this off. Gonna pay my $5,000 later, and I'm gonna send you off, and I'm gonna tell you what credit card to go get that will raise your credit score immediately by 50 to 100 points. You know what I'm saying? So if you got 500, within 2 months, I have you where you need to be, where you get unsecured cards. Within 6 months, I have you where you're pulling $20,000 to $50,000 credit cards. So, my other program, I do teach day trading. I'm not a master at it now. This ain't, it ain't a sure thing. Like the credit cards is a sure thing. The stock market, it changes all the time. So I charge $5,000. I'm pretty good at it, but I'm good at my method. With my method, you know what I'm saying? I got as the market change, sometimes I'll be out in and out the market within 15 minutes, making $30,000. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm just to that point where I built up my account enough. So I would, when I train y'all on it, I know if y'all ain't got that income, I'm gonna start you off on a profit. You know what I'm saying? And then you would just trade with me every month. Just call me, and I'm gonna say, hey, I'm getting in, I'm getting out. What you made, walk away. Come back tomorrow, do it again. Go do your side hustle, and keep kicking the can down the road. But yeah, it's just my little rant. Holla back, peace and blessings. And I'm out here.